Just when you thought the corporate video game industry could not get any worse, Ubisoft decides to enter the room with their newest edition, Star Wars Outlaws. And this is a really unfortunate situation because the game, for what it's worth, is pretty much already dead on arrival for a lot of fans. I mean, just look at the like to dislike ratio for the latest story trailer for this game. It's kinda crazy. So what's going on? Why is this game so disliked by the fans? Well, in this video, we're going to be going over those reasons and why I think you guys should definitely skip this game. But before we get into this video, if you guys are into staying informed, entertained, or excited about video games, then you're in the right place because that's all this channel is about. So if that sounds interesting, be sure to leave a like on this video, click that notification bell, and turn on all notifications so that way you guys don't miss out on any of our weekly uploads. Before we dig into the controversies for Star Wars Outlaws, I think it's worth mentioning what this game is all about. So Star Wars Outlaws is an open-world action-adventure game that is set between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. And apparently you will be able to explore a bunch of different planets across the galaxy, both iconic and new. You'll be playing as a scoundrel called K-Vess, and apparently you're going to be following this narrative storyline, while also being able to kind of go out and do your own thing. And for the most part, that sounds like a really interesting concept, especially, taking place between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. So why is the like to dislike ratio so bad for this game? Well, in my opinion, this game has a couple of things going against it. First and foremost, it is a Ubisoft game. And right now, Ubisoft isn't really popular with the fans. They've been saying and doing a lot of things recently that have been really pissing off people. The one that's, I guess, more recent in memory is they're actually shutting down the game called The Crew, which was an only online game. So once they shut the servers down, you're never going to be able to play that game ever again. And then also back in January of this year, Ubisoft's director of subscriptions said that gamers should get comfortable not owning their games. So yeah, Ubisoft has been saying and doing a lot of anti-consumer things recently, and it's just really stupid. But Ubisoft is not the major issue with this game and why people are pissed off. Let me show you what the current pre-order and purchasing options for this game is. Take a look at this image. So we got your standard edition for $70, you've got your gold edition for $110, and you've got your ultimate edition for $130. And then of course you've got your subscription service version, which gives you everything, but obviously you pay a monthly fee. Now I'm not even going to get into a fuss about the pricing for this stuff because, the current pricing for video games for the last 20 years has been set at $60 and it's never gone up. So I'm kind of fine with pricing for the games going up by $10. It's whatever, I don't care. What I do care about is the pre-order bonuses for these different editions, and the absolute scumbaggery that is happening here to entice you to crank out that extra cost and spend more than $100 on the game. So when you take a look at the gold edition here, you've got your base game, you've got your pre-order bonus, you've got 3-day early access, which is stupid, but it's whatever. The big issue here is the season pass. So what is included in the season pass? The Star Wars Outlaws Season Pass includes 2 DLCs that will release after launch, okay, whatever, but then you've got the Jabba's Gambit exclusive mission available at launch. So what this basically means is that unless you drop $110 on this game, you're not going to be able to play this mission. Let that sink in for a second, guys. They took content that was ready to go in the game out of it to have it as a separate add-on that they're going to charge you an extra $30 if you want to play it. And do you know why they do stuff like this? Because it's Star Wars and they know, oh, Star Wars fans, they'll do it, they don't care. This kind of shit needs to stop, and it only stops if we stop giving these companies money and rewarding them for taking advantage of us. And then the other big issue that I've seen a lot of people complaining about is the typical, modern day video game studios purposely uglifying their female characters. And this is a really bizarre trend that has been happening more and more in the video game industry. Apparently some developers or just game studios in general think that having attractive female characters in the game is going to somehow hurt or objectify women in real life, which just sounds ridiculous to me. But this whole trend of making your female characters deliberately more unattractive is actually really a thing. And unfortunately, it looks like Star Wars Outlaws is going to be following this trend as well. Take a look at the character model for the main character of this game. Now take a look at the actual actress that they based this character model off of. It doesn't even look anything like her. And it's not the case that they can't do it, they just don't have the technology. No, there have been plenty of games that have come out recently where the character model looks exactly like the actual person that they modeled the character off of. This is a deliberate thing that they're doing, and it's why they get so upset when games like Stellar Blade come out, where they have a character that is very attractive.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?
But either way, at the end of the day, I still think the pre-order bonuses and the day one DLC is much more of a bigger issue than the other one. But either way, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section below. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. I'm still Solo, and I'll see you all in the next one.